Now that you know what parallel and perpendicular lines are, let's learn how to construct them. There is a way to construct both of them using a compass, but this video will take you through the steps of simpler methods. Firstly, you are going to need to dig into your math set to find your pencil, ruler, and set square. Yep, that's right. Those funny looking triangles are actually called set squares. I have used a 60-degree set square, but you can do this with a 45-degree set square too if you only have that on hand. Let's begin. We are going to start with a couple of perpendicular drawings. Once you know that your pencil is sharp, you are going to begin by drawing a line across the ruler. For now, make it easy for yourself by using the blue lines in your book to get it nice and straight. Do not move your ruler. It is important to ensure that once your line is drawn, that your ruler does not shift out of place. So be careful that everything is still perfectly lined up when you complete this next step. Take your set square and place it on top of your ruler. It doesn't matter how, as long as this is making a neat 90-degree corner against your ruler. Make sure that your set square is touching your ruler as well. Then, holding your set square and ruler firmly in place, use your pencil to draw a neat line up the side of your set square. It's really important that if you've shifted your ruler or your set square at any point, to begin again, because even being out by half a degree can really affect your diagram. When you move your instruments away, you should have a perfect set of perpendicular lines. Well, I'm not actually adding any arrows to these, so we technically have a pair of perpendicular line segments. Draw in your little box to show that they are perpendicular to each other, and then label your line segments AB and CD. Underneath the diagram, we will then finish off by writing line segment AB is perpendicular to line segment CD. Time for a challenge. Let's try this again, but this time we are not going to be guided by the lines in our box. Hold your ruler so that it is now diagonal and draw yourself a new line. Remember, hold your ruler so that it does not shift as you place your set square on top of it. Make sure there is a 90-degree angle which is formed between your set square and ruler before drawing up the side of your set square. When you remove your instruments, you will be left with perfect 90 degrees. We are going to turn these into rays, so once we have drawn in our perpendicular box, we will label our rays EF and GH. Remember that rays only have arrows on one side. We would then say ray EF is perpendicular to ray GH. Next, let's look at how to construct some parallel lines, segments, and rays. Again, we are going to begin by using our blue lines to guide us. Draw yourself a line with your ruler, and again, you will need to hold your ruler firm once you've done so. Next, take your set square, but this time you're going to line it up next to your ruler instead of on top. So, perpendicular constructions, the set square goes on top of your ruler. Parallel constructions, your set square goes next to your ruler, always making sure that they are touching. Okay, so here's the tricky part. You now need to hold your set square firm while you gently slide your ruler along the side. Stop where you want and then hold your ruler firm again while you draw your next line. Move away your instruments and voila, a perfect set of parallel lines. I am going to make these lines, so I will place arrows on either side of both of them, and then I need to mark them with the parallel symbols to show that they are in fact parallel. I will label them as JK and LM, and beneath my diagram I will write line JK is parallel to line LM. I can check that they are perfectly parallel by ensuring that they are equidistant. This means that I can measure the distance between the lines at two different places, and the measurements should be the same. When I measure the distance between them at first, I see that the distance measures about 69 millimeters. And this is the same measurement that I get when I slide my ruler across to measure it somewhere else. This is not a necessary step in your construction, but if a teacher is unsure about your accuracy, this is what they might do to check. Let's try one more construction, this time without the book lines to help us. Again, hold your ruler diagonally and draw your line. Place your set square off to the side and then hold it firm while you slide your ruler against it. Stop where you want and hold the ruler firm again while you draw your next line. I am going to keep these as line segments and label them PQ and RS. Now I'm going to place 2 arrow markings on the line segments to show that they are parallel to each other. But the reason I'm using 2 now is because I want to distinguish them from the set of parallel lines we drew previously. Beneath the diagram, I will then write line segment PQ is parallel to line segment RS. Before finishing, I am going to measure the distance between my line segments. Here on the right, I measure about 12.2 centimeters, and when I slide my ruler and measure somewhere else, I get the same measurement. This means that my line segments are equidistant and that they are, in fact, parallel. And there you have it, constructing parallel and perpendicular lines, rays, and segments without the need to use a compass.